Hello, my name is Winston Bryant, and this is A Leap of Faith, a conversation for postgraduate millennials. When asked to define who I was, the first thing that came to mind was that I'm a millennial, like many that I know, are struggling adjusting to life post-college. A millennial, as defined by the Washington Post and the LA Times, is anybody who was born between 1981 and 1996. And recent studies have shown that millennials, just like me, are struggling with life after college. But the question I ask you is why? We as millennials look at college as our last hurrah before we have to step into the serious world of adulthood. But once we step into this also serious world, the degree that we work so hard for is being told that it is unnecessary or not good enough. This, along with the financial burdens such as student loans and the weight bearing decisions, becomes significantly greater the moment we step off campus. Many, if not all of us, get to a crossroad where life becomes unknown and unfamiliar. As a recent college graduate, it finally took me 3 years to understand that the only way to tackle life is to have faith in not only myself, but my own abilities. But what did I need to do to get there? The first thing I had to do was acknowledge that adulthood is inevitable. Then, once I was able to do that, I was able to put in the work to answer the underlying question. How do I see my life after college? And how can I achieve that goal? A quote that has continued to stick with me is, all it takes is the faith of a mustard seed, and anything is deemed possible. Once I graduated from college, I remember stepping into the quote-unquote real world and telling myself it's okay that work is no longer fun. It's okay for me to be unhappy as long as I'm able to punch in and punch out at a 9-to-5 job that had benefits. The dreams that I once had in college, where choices seemed to be weightless, became distant memories. And I thought with a snap of my fingers, away went the immaturity, the irresponsible decisions, and desire to do reckless things. I thought the moment I said I was an adult, I became this invincible man. But something clicked to me as I was going through the routine of adulthood, and I realized that I became tired of the high-effort, low-rewarding tasks, and that quote that I know oh so well came back to me. All it took was the faith of a mustard seed. How did I get to that point, though? I had to realize I had to build up the faith in my own self and realize what I was capable of. I had to then realize that the decisions that I made, deemed rather good or bad, were what led me to where I am now, and these same decisions are what are going to lead me throughout my own journey. I did not allow my decisions to define who I was, but instead guide me through what I thought was unknown and unexpected from life. So when asked, who am I will always say that I'm forever and always evolving and building on my faith. We as millennials have allowed society to create this narrative for us that we are spoiled, entitled, lazy, and failures at what we have coined as adulting. This narrative has added new pressure to us and allowed us to think that we are not capable of doing whatever we set our mind to do. But I have realized that it's the faith in my own abilities that this narrative becomes just an opinion. And it allows me to say that I'm able to tackle whatever life throws at me.